God appoints a place. 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's read verse 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Nor shall the sons of wickedness oppress them any more, as previously. If God's blessing needs to come upon our lives, and upon our families, and upon our children, and upon the things that we do, one of the first things that we need to realize is we need to stay in the will of God. Because God has a will concerning your life. He has a plan concerning you. I mean you, your work, your family. Everything is included in that will. Jeremiah 29:11, the thoughts that I think toward you, God's thinking about you, are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. So we need to realize God has a plan for our lives. And God has chosen you. You're not landed into this program by accident. If you're watching, I want to tell you, God has chosen you. And the thing is, we didn't get to choose Him. John chapter 15 verse 16 tells us, you did not choose me, but I chose you. So God has chosen us. And David is not an exception. David was chosen by God. And God Himself declares that in 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 8. Now therefore thus shall you say to my servant David, thus says the Lord of hosts, I took you from the sheepfold, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people, over Israel. So David was originally a shepherd boy, minding a few sheep. But God's hand is stretched forth one day and just takes him out of that sheepfold and takes him and puts him at the place that he is supposed to be, to fight Goliath and kill him, and make him the king after Saul, the second king of Israel. It was God choosing David. So also God says, I chose a place for my people Israel, where I have brought them, because Israelites were once slaves in Egypt, but God brought them out of Egypt to put them in the promised land. And that's called the promised land because God had promised them. God had chosen that place out of all the places. You can read that in Ezekiel chapter 20 verse 6, that God literally chose that place, appointed that place. I want to tell you that it's important that we stay in the plan of God